this can be a perfect human being. I'm far from it, but I guess I've learned things. I learned how to be a better version of me by just sort of adapting to what is out there and calming myself down and just, we're a bit yin and yang, my wife and I, with parenting, because she does so much more and she's so much more in there, but she tends to get a bit too close, I think. And sometimes I'm the one that comes in and says, just, it's easy for you to say, yeah, I know, but because I don't maybe do as much, but I try and calm the kids down. I try and tell them, come to me about anything. I'll never judge them on anything. I just won't. I try not to judge people, and it's really hard because you do. People naturally judge people, and I try not to. I know people judge me, whatever. That's their business. My business is I try not to. I think it's healthier not to. I think it's healthier to accept people for who they are, to look for the good in people, because there's good in all of us. I think everybody's got talent. I think it's about determination, passion, dedication. But yeah, I think the one bit of advice I'd say is about resilience. And I think resilience comes from maybe you don't learn resilience. Maybe you just have to do it. But resilience is so important. And I think being calm and grounding yourself when things are troubling is good. Peaceful.
Sounds like a lot of appreciation as well. It's like with the way you say, I'm just walking around the trees, the flowers. It's just like you're appreciating every single moment.
I'm a guy that likes excitement in life. So saying you're looking at flowers and trees might not be everyone's idea of sort of jumping out of planes or roller coasters or whatever. And I'm not saying I'm an adrenaline junkie. I'm far from that. I wouldn't do that either. But I love excitement in every day. I love fun. I love doing things. I love things that are happening, and unpredictable stuff. And I love all that. I love it when I've got 3 different kids. One is a bit cookie. My daughters are very like half of me really. And my eldest one is very kind and gentle, but she's a little bit sort of different. She's got a few learning issues. She's got dyslexia and dyspraxia and dyscalculia and hypermobility. And I think I've got all of those, but just probably not diagnosed. I'm sure I've got ADHD and I see a lot of that through my daughter, but that kindness I see in her, I love. And I look at my son, and he's very academic, and he's flying high at school, and he's very committed. He'll work before he won't be told. You have to tell him to do his homework. He's doing it before you've even told him. But he struggles in other ways. He's not quite as social. He's not quite as comfortable in other situations. He's got to work on that. And then I've got the 13-year-old turning 14, she's just an extraordinary young girl. She's vibrant. I've got 2, Sean, that ran to school, and one that doesn't really care. And although she'll do it. She goes to see her mates. She goes to get through school. And what's happening now? Are we going to do volleyball? Are we going to do, I'm going to play the piano today. I want to go to Oxford University. Next one, I want to be a pole dancer. Next one, I want to be an actress. She's full of this sort of slight madness, but I love it. And I'm drawn to that. So, it's great having these different, I love my son. We chat football and really good. And my wife is much more sort of organized and controlled. She runs the house brilliantly. And I'm lucky with that, with my sort of darting around the country. And so I appreciate all of them and what they bring. And I really appreciate my kids. I used to sit there. You learn a lot, Sean. I used to sit there thinking, the 3 of them have got to go to the same school. They've got to be treated the same. We've got to do exactly the same for them. What nonsense. They're 3 totally different characters. One of them wasn't at the right school. She then got to one that was. We sort of pushed her towards drama, and then she found criminology, and she's like, I don't want to do drama, I want to do criminology. I'm like, really? But what about drama? I'm like, Adam, stop it. Don't push. Let them roll. She's rolling, and she wants to. She's in criminology. She's about to go to Asia on a gap year. She's great. She's flying. My son wants to make a lot of money. Great. Good luck to him. Maybe you should go and work with Eddie. I don't know, but he's flying, and he's great. And my little girl, who knows what she's going to be? She could be in Hollywood. She could be in jail. I don't know what's going to happen to that one. I hope I live long enough to find out, because she's a right character. And look, they keep us on our toes. And I think what my cancer has taught me is to appreciate that time with them, to appreciate the time I have around boxing. I think I used to take it for granted being at ringside, being everywhere, being, whether it's this fight or that fight. Oh, of course I'm going to that fight. Now, I can't wait. I can't wait to get to the next one. And I don't care whether it's area level, English level, world title level. I just want to be around the sport I love and watch the fighters I love. And I'm honestly grateful to Eddie, to Frank, to everyone, Ben, to everyone that supported me. And I think, in a way, Sean, because I tried to be nice, I guess. Yes, the ego. Yes, you make mistakes. Yes, I made some wrong decisions, of course. But I tried to be nice to people. Nice is a bit of a word, but I try to be friendly. I try to keep a good relationship with people. And I think when you go through bad times and you find out who really is your friend, who wants to roll with you, and I don't have any problem with people that drift away and they think, oh, he's dealt with that. I don't really can't, the cancer, whatever, or he's, the way he dealt with Sky. I don't know. People can judge. I don't have any animosity to anybody. And there's a lot of animosity in the boxing world, and I don't like that. I like people in the boxing world. They're all different. They're all characters. I had a message on Saturday, I was at a Frank show. I had a message from Eddie. I had a sort of hug and a handshake from Frank, and then a tap on the shoulder from Ben, who was there as well. They're the three, and obviously the 24 hours before I was working with Izzy, right, on GBM. 4 of the promoters in British boxing. And I'm talking to all of them. And I'm friendly to them. And I like them. And I've had great times with them. And I've had difficult times with them. But they know what I'm about. And I know what they're about. And there's an appreciation. And I think I do appreciate them. And I appreciate fighters the most. And I appreciate trainers. And I appreciate fellow broadcasters who do what I do or do similar. And whether they're at Sky or at Channel 5 or whatever, on TalkSport. I love my TalkSport guys. I've had a lot of fun with them. The Sky lot that I miss, the Andys and the Ed Robinsons and the James Tynes, all my friends from Sky. And you move on. You don't have the time with them anymore. I miss Johnny hugely. Johnny and I rocked together. We were like Ant and Dec on the boxing scene. Ringside was the best. But, Johnny said to me when I was devastated when Ringside went, I was so upset. And Johnny went, Ads, we've had a great run. We've left the party at its highest. I get quite emotional thinking about it. He goes, Ads, always leave the party at its highest. You don't want to be the one in the corner at the end. He said, leave the party at its highest. Yeah, Johnny and I miss him. Every day I miss Johnny Nelson. We're still best buddies. I don't see him as much. Of course, we're doing different things. But when you find people that and we were so different. We came from different backgrounds, different worlds. But we connected on a human note, and we both had passion for life and a love of fun and adventure and a love of trying to inspire the next generation. And because Johnny had been through all sorts of adversity in his career, he never judged anyone. And because I just loved fighters, I'd like to work with Johnny again. And I know we're doing something actually coming up quite soon. I cannot wait because now I'm really, really appreciative of tough times. I'd love to roll with him again. I think it would be even better. I'm much clearer with life now. I see it through a cleaner lens. My eyes aren't quite as good now. Neither are Barry's and Darren's. We're trying on glasses at ringside the other night. When you get to our age, it's like you're looking at your phone like that. You're thinking, why am I looking at it like that? And put the glass on. Whoa, hello, a new world. So yeah, look, it's. I think we're big kids as well. Like I look at Barry and Darren, and we're just big kids. We think we're 25. But we're. My best mate's a guy called Hugo Simpson, and he's a communication coach. So we work together a bit, and he's worked a lot with boxing. And we've got a business. We're launching Talk the Talk. We're working a bit with Adam Azim just on communication skills and stuff. And we want to help fighters out there because it's a really important part of the business. And he says to me, I feel 25, and I know, but we look in the mirror and maybe we're not. I'm like, yeah, we are. We're still kids. Come on, Johnny will always be a kid. Spencer will always be a kid. I'll always be a kid, and that's why we get on because we've still got that enthusiasm, that passion. Every time I see Spencer, it's like, yeah. Every time I see Johnny, it's when you find people like that. And they have that same passion that you do. it's just a pleasure. And now I've got 2 more big kids in Darren and Barry that I'm going to play with and have fun, and we're going to roll together, and hopefully we're going to have a dynamic, trio. I just can't wait for the next few weeks and months ahead at DAZN. I'm so grateful to Jamie Rice and Mike Ridout and the team and Chris Glanville who've given me this opportunity, and they're a great team.